Aquarius, hello. Welcome to Coffee, Sage, and Tarot. It's been a hot minute. Hope you're doing good. I hope you're enjoying the summer so far. We are going to get into your monthly reading for July 2025. I'm ready. Let's do this. Show me Aquarius. Oh, look at that. There you are. Show me Aquarius for the month of July 2025, please. Show me Aquarius for the month of July 2025. Show me Aquarius, please. For the month of July last time. Show me Aquarius. Oh, little rocky shuffle there. Huh. All right. Let's see. The Devil. Okay. Holding on to some things here that maybe we shouldn't be holding on to. Or maybe you're addressing this, right? Okay. I laugh because I'm like, maybe you're dressing it, and then the Five of Swords pops out, and I'm like, maybe not. We will see. The Devil here, yeah. I mean, he does, tend to hold on to things, right? Capricorn energy, right? Stubborn. Failing to address things that maybe he should be addressing. And I'm wondering if that's kind of the theme for you, Aquarius, heading into July with that Five of Swords here. Yeah, it's like, okay, we're fighting, but why are we fighting? What is the reason here, right? For that conflict, for that shame, for that resentment. What is happening here? You look at the clouds and they're like static, like really like rigid, right? And that's one thing that we can say about this, the Devil as well, like very rigid thinking. Well, why, right? Let's be a little bit more fluid and just question things a little bit more, right? Page of Wands showing up here. So I'm wondering if you gain some new insight here, or like you're feeling some type of way and you're kind of like, no, it's got to be like this. It's got to be like this. It's got to be like this, right? Using that energy in a very determined manner and being, very rigid in your thinking. I'm wondering if that's the case. Strength popping up with Leo energy. Okay, so your sign opposite here. Just looking at the imagery of the cards as well, and in terms of what it is that we are addressing, I'm wondering if this Five of Wands energy is energy we're trying to move away from, right? And how do we regain that center? How do we go back? How do we get this devil out, right? Move him out. He's living rent free, right? We don't want him anymore. We don't want his energy. How do we have these two have a conversation of, okay, I want to be here. I want to get back to this. I want to feel, kind of in that more Leo vibe of, not only looking good, but feeling good on the inside, feeling in control, because the devil, once we have him, he has all the control, right? And we relinquish it. So I'm wondering if that's not maybe the case here, at least the work that you are doing heading into July. Four of Swords in the shadow here. With the King of Swords. Yeah, so wanting to be, in charge and control. You're wanting to be you, the best version of you here. And it feels like you are not that currently. Okay, sorry to say. Let's dive in. And there you are again. So you are present for your reading, right? But again, you're not present here aside from in your shadow, right? So it's almost like you're not feeling like you, Aquarius. You know, just not giving me the Aquarian vibes. Show me Aquarius for the month of July, please. Let's get a little bit more clarity for Aquarius for the month of July. Show me Aquarius for the month of July, please. Last time. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay. I've been seeing this page pop up quite a bit for the signs, for all signs for July. And typically, you got to kind of be on the lookout for the Page of Cups, at least in the way that I interpret him. But what I'm getting kind of for all signs when this shows up, or generally, is that it's more so having to do with how you feel about the work that you're doing this month, which is to say, it feels a little off and uncomfortable, and it feels foreign. And so he's presenting just to kind of affirm that this does feel a little bit like out of body, or it feels like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, or I don't even know if I should be doing this, but you are doing it, right? You are doing that work and you are focused on it. So with the Page of Cups here, we have strength and justice. So we have Leo, and then we have Libra. With decisions being made, right, and wanting to operate from a mindful center, from a whole center, and really, again, using your sign opposite, or channeling your sign opposite a little bit more in order to do the work that you're trying to do in order to get to where you want to go, right? You want to get back to who you are. You want to feel maybe a little bit more confident. Maybe you've been feeling down these past couple weeks or couple months, or, take it as it resonates, right? But either way, there's this desire here to feel whole and feel secure. And so you've made a decision to do that, but in the way that you're executing this, or to let go of that devil energy here, there's some massive resistance that I'm seeing, which makes this work all the more challenging, right? And it feels kind of on a base level here. Ooh, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Ooh, this feels kind of icky. Like, I don't know if I should be doing it in this way or navigating in this way, right? That kind of doubt that creeps up, that's with the Page. Know that you are doing what you need to do for you, right? And affirm that to yourself, right? Because you are doing the work, and the work is important. Okay. Okay. Well, I would say that the air signs are going through it a little bit. But that's okay. With the Five of Swords, we have that clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Fool, and the Eight of Wands. Page of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Tower, and the Page of Wands, right? Looking out into the future, hopeful of what's next, what's to come. For strength, we have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Wands. And then in the shadow, for all of our clarifiers here, we have the King of Cups and Judgment. So I'm going to just hop into the shadow here with this idea of, over here, we have you putting your mind at ease, becoming the best you that you can possibly be. And that is the work here. Well, in the shadow here, we have that King of Cups employed, as well as Judgment. So again, it's this idea of mastering your emotions, mastering this the art of feeling whole and complete on the inside, right? So that you can feel whole and complete on the outside and be that best version of Aquarius, okay? Judgment here, this is pivotal work, which does make sense in terms of why you're kind of going through it a little bit and why this feels so challenging and so difficult, right? It's aligning you to your path and putting you into the path, or helping you get to the path that you are destined to be in, and the path that you're choosing in order, your life path, okay? With this Five of Swords here coming back into the clarifiers with that Seven of Swords, the Fool, and that Eight of Wand energy, it does feel like we are trying to put this behind us, whatever this kind of sabotage is, or this reasoning of, I don't know why I keep getting into these arguments or why I keep inciting these arguments here, but I'm trying to change it. And that's what I'm seeing here. This idea of we're letting go of that sabotage, letting go of carrying all of those swords. Why are you even carrying them in the first place? Do you even know, Aquarius? I don't think you do. But again, take what resonates, right? But we are employing that Fool, or, the Fool is coming in to say, hey, let's stop this. Let's just start fresh. And by start fresh, we let go of all attachments. We let go of all emotions, reservations, hindrances, baggage, all of that, and we move on completely and wholeheartedly. And that's what I feel your page is trying to do here. You're confronting this devil, which is not an easy thing to do, right? Any of that resistance, any of that lingering, any of that control that we gave away and gave to these kind of negative behaviors. Could be addiction here. Again, take what resonates. But we're kind of saying, okay, we are not engaging in this anymore. We are not choosing to live our life like this anymore. We are looking forward. So again, Seven of Wands, the Tower, Page of Wands, initially showing up resistant, as this Seven does as well. But the Tower shakes that loose, right? So even if you show up resistant to a Tower, we're trying to be like, no, I can, pick and choose how this Tower impacts me, or, any kind of thing like that. It's like, well, that's not going to stand, right? It's not going to work. Like, you can't, Libra had, a big part of Libra's reading was like the issue of control. And I think here, that kind of applies to you a little bit, Aquarius, in that you cannot control, how things shift and transform. And even though you like to see everything how it'll play out before it plays out, you're not always going to see that outcome, right? You're very good at reading the room, and I feel like you probably do have a high success rate in terms of knowing how things are going to turn out. But that's not always going to be the case. That not always is the case. And you need to make allowances for that, right? So with the Seven of Wands showing up, it could be that you're resisting this Tower. It could be that you're only trying to let this Tower disrupt certain aspects of you, or certain facets of your life, and not others, right? So a curated Tower, if you will. But that's not, I don't see that working out how it's going to be. Either way, though, that Page standing with that Ace of Wands kind of saying, or with that singular wand, right? Coming out of that Tower and just saying, okay, no, this is what I need to focus on. This is what I need to focus my energy on, right? And so this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to move forward, right? So ultimately that Tower does seem to be working in a way that benefits you and kind of clears some things up for you, right? All of these wands kind of disappear and you're holding on to one, right? So the kind of any distraction, if you will, kind of disappears in the Tower, and then you're left with what really matters. And that allows you to move on and can continue to do this work, which in this case feels like it's, how does Aquarius feel good from the inside out? Coming into strength, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Wands. knowing your truth and wisdom. Yeah, so with the Queen of Swords here, there will be some wisdom gained from this. She is like a hard knock lifer, this Queen of Swords, right? Like, she's been through it and she is alive to tell the tale, right? So she sits on her throne. It is a throne well earned because she's been through the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And this is what this is kind of feeling like for you. It's kind of a little bit of a turmoil here, a mental turmoil that doesn't feel good. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm feeling lightheaded, I'm feeling dizzy, I'm feeling like there's a tornado spinning in my head here, and that's the vibe that I'm kind of getting for you for July. And so coming out of this tower, this queen has earned her sword. She has earned her throne. There's some new wisdom here that is coming into play. It's almost like she's got a new badge on her, a new badge that she can show off, right? The Five of Cups here, something has been lost, and there needs to be recognition of that. I don't see you sitting in that for too long, especially with this Two of Wands. There's a choice to be made, and the choice is to move on and to move forward. I think if anything, this Five of Cups here is an acknowledgement of what you no longer have or what has been removed. Perhaps the loss of that devil energy, of that whatever did have that hold on you. It's almost like we're holding court to, I don't want to say honor what's no longer there, but to acknowledge that it's no longer having impact on you. And so it's almost like it's almost like you have to acknowledge that you have to acknowledge what you've been through. You also have to acknowledge that work that you had done, you've come out of it, and there's almost like a mourning that needs to be had. And I'm not saying you're gonna boo-hoo and have all these feelings because of it. I'm just saying there's some sort of acknowledgement that seems to be happening, that you've come out of this and you've maybe, shed a couple more things that you didn't realize that you would in order to get to where you are, right? And then you make the decision to move on. If that makes sense. Yeah, this feels like a tough one for you. This feels like a tough one, Aquarius. A tough month ahead. I'm not gonna lie. All right, show me a little bit more for Aquarius, please. Show me a little bit more for Aquarius. Show me a little bit more for Aquarius, please. Last time. Show me more for Aquarius, please. Thank you. Okay. Seven of Wands, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Strength. So that is now Strength popping up 1, 2, 3 times for you, Aquarius, okay? That inner strength is important. And I think that's the ultimate goal here, getting back to knowing all that you possess and knowing your truth, right? Somehow it got lost along the way and you're trying to find it and pick it back up again and feel that. And that's the work you're doing this July, right? With this Seven of Wands here, right? similar, same, but also the imagery is different and the imagery is important here. She is moving on, but she's also looking back, right? She holds that ace in her hand, but she is building a way to move forward. She is not hesitant. She is not resistant. She is alert. She is aware. She is informed. And that is the route that we are trying to take, right? It's almost like you are aware of this devil. You are aware of this presence within you of, is it a desire to control all of the surroundings? Is it a desire, or is it, you've slacked off, or you've gotten a little bit too lazy here, right? And you've given too much control to, well, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes, right? Well, with this Seven of Wands, there's a plan in place. She is ready to take that step, right? She is taking those steps. She's on her way. But she is alert to what her surroundings are. So she knows that devil exists, and she's saying, I have a plan in place to move forward. And I feel like that is where you're headed, Aquarius. Being mindful of, okay, this bridge looks a little weary. Page of Cups here. I don't know. Is this the right way? Is this really, stable? Is this really as it presents? Yes, it is. Right? Because this is the path, and I am looking for inner strength, and I am looking for a way back to myself, and I have made this choice, and I will do this thing because I have committed, right? Three of Swords here, and again, not so surprised to see that pain, hurt, and perhaps you were hurt, and that was causing this lash out, or that was causing this devil to pop up in the first place, right? To shield you, to protect you as a wall or something. And it just got out of your control, or you leaned on it too much that it became a bad thing and not a good thing, right? And so there's this level of awareness there that you are hurt, right? And you do need to accept that as part of what happens next. Right? Ace of Swords here. Okay. New you or getting back to what matters, right? You are a sword sign, Aquarius. So this feels like a beautiful opportunity for you to get back to what matters to you, or you to come into yourself that much further, right? In order to understand, okay, this is what really matters, or this is what I really need to do here. Eight of Wands, right? This idea, and again, the imagery is different. Moving on here with this Eight of Wands, moving past the hurt and past the pain. Importantly, moving through it, not ignoring that it was never ever there in the first place, but acknowledging that it was there, and acknowledging that it is there no longer, right? With this Eight of Wands here, it's a build up, right? A build up. And that, I feel, ties into you building yourself up, right? Getting to where Aquarius feels like they can sit or stand tall, rather. Okay. And that's important, and have those strong foundations and feel that strength from within, right? Queen of Wands here. Yeah. Really getting back to that charismatic nature, to that confidence, right? Because it feels like that is lacking for one reason or another. That is lacking. And so you're going through it, and I'm seeing you successful here. But it's no easy journey, Aquarius. It's no easy journey to get back to, or get to, where you desire to be. And where you desire to be is whole from the inside. And that any work that has to do with that is challenging, because it is so valuable and it is so important and integral to who we are and what we are destined to do in this life, right? So really quite beautiful in the challenge aspect of it, if you want to find the silver lining there, right? But that is what I have for you, Aquarius. A truly phenomenal reading here. You know, it's beautiful, and you have to be willing to see that in these kind of moments here, because that does help you find clarity and get you through as well. Okay, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. I really hope this helps. Thank you so much for stopping by to gain some insight into your July. I'm so grateful for you stopping by and checking that out with me. And I hope you're grateful for this reading as well. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I wish you all the best through July and beyond. And we'll see you next time. You take care.